Okay, let's take a walk around this 1984 on an A, Land Rover 90 in 7-seater spec with rear windows and everything. Also been fitted with 200 TDI power. We sold this about 3 years ago to the last owners. It's just come back to us because they're emigrating, but they've had 3 years of fun out of it. Massive history with it, as I recall, including professionally fitted, reconditioned 200 TDI engine. Let's go around and pick up what it's got on it and what it hasn't. It's got a matching set of 5 Colway G-Trax all-terrain 235/85 R16s, and I think the spare is the same. Yep, Colway G-Trax, Colway G-Trax on Discovery rims, on the heavy-duty rims. Quite nice to have. It's got a steering guard on it. Oh, no sump guard, I don't think. No diff guard. No. Steering guard on there. Pair of extra auxiliary lamps. I haven't tested those to see if they work. So it's in full 7-seater spec, this one. It's got side steps as well, front and rear mud flaps, falling side steps. Full 7-seat spec. It's also got a radio CD with auxiliary input for an iPod or what have you. Twin rear benches in the back. And there, twin rear benches. It's got rear step, tailgate mounted spare wheel. And that's about it. Let's go around and pick out some good bits and bad bits. The paint is, quite honestly, rather rustic. Exactly the same paint job it had 3 years ago. At some point, someone looks like they've either hand painted it or done it with aerosol. Originally, it was slate grey, and it's been painted in what looks like sort of Bonatti grey metallic. But it's by no means a particularly good job. But if you're off-roading or anything, dog, get up, stop rolling in that. If you're, going off-roading or what have you, it's perfectly good for that. But it's relatively dent-free and what have you. The last people haven't used it for off-roading or anything. They've just used it as a general hack. Around the front end, it's all okay. There's a few runs in the paint and stuff. There's a slight depression in the front of the bonnet just there. Slightly crinkled around here and slightly damaged near side light cover. But that's all good up there. That's okay there. Some paint loss around here. The original slate grey showing. Slightly dented front corner on the near side front wing, a couple of dents in there. Some paint loss on the near side eyebrow. I don't know why people bother painting the eyebrows because the paint always comes off. Paint loss on the eyebrow. Up here on the scuttle corner, it's obviously been repaired at some point, but that's certainly, I think it was like this when we sold it 3 years ago, so it hasn't got really any worse, but it's obviously full of filler in there, which is now bulging out a bit all round here. Just knocked a bit off just then, but so perhaps the scuttle corner wouldn't go amiss. A-post all looks okay. Passenger door, there's quite a bit of reaction on the bottom of the door. A couple of pimple dinks there and there. Inside here, interior wise, it's okay. It's got these sort of blind things that go down over the rear window and the rear side windows, which you can fold down if you want for a bit of privacy. Quite why you want to, I don't really know, but they are in there. Excuse me. Seats are vinyl. They're all in pretty good shape, apart from the backrest on the passenger seat here, which has had a piece of tape over it at some point to cover up a rip. We can supply a set of seat covers if you wish. That's not a problem. Looking at the floors here, been repaired at some point in the past and all looks relatively solid in there. Bulkhead corner up there looks pretty good actually from the back, from what I can see of it. Passenger door, whilst it's got surface rust on it on the bottom of the frame, it does just appear to be surface rust. It feels quite solid. No real movement on the hinges. Near side rear wing, all okay. Van side, all okay. Bit of a sort of a scar of something or other just there. Don't know what's caused that at some point. In the back of the near side rear wing. Around the tail end, cross member all looks quite nice and straightforward. I suspect that's a fairly relatively new cross member if I look at the history, because it hasn't got a tow bar on it. But I'll have to look that up. Let's see if we can see inside here. Yeah, it looks okay. Looks like it's had a rear quarter chassis on it at some point. In here in the back, as I say, twin bench seats. The rip's been taped up on the the seat base there, but it's got the mat in here as well. It's quite good. Tailgate, again, pretty good actually. Whilst the door cards and all three doors are a bit shabby, the actual frames themselves are actually really okay. Looking down the offside, a couple of dinks in the barrel sides, especially on the driver's door, but otherwise it's okay. Offside rear wings, a few sort of bits of spray marks and stuff, and as I say, the paint is rustic, should we say, for want of a better term. Offside rear modesty cover is bent in slightly just there, but otherwise, again, some reaction on the base of the driver's door, and the usual dent in the A post just there. Scuttle corner on the driver's side isn't so bad, it's just starting to split away a bit and delaminate just up there on the very corner. Offside front wing is fine, apart from the paint. Bit of reaction down there as well, but let's have a little look inside on the driver's side. Driver's seat's okay, just starting to, the foam's starting to sort of die a little bit on the edge of the seat. Let's have a look in the footwell, if we can get this off. Well, I can see if it looks okay, but I can't get the mat up in the other corner. Never mind. Bulkhead corner up here looks okay. Driver's door, again, it's a lot of surface rust on it, but it actually seems to be quite solid. And again, the door card isn't brilliant on there. Some movement in the bottom hinge pin on the driver's door, but the actual skin itself, or has it split at the front end? I think there's a slight split in the frame just on the V-joint on the front there, but it still shuts well enough. Yeah, it's going to be a budget Defender basically with a 200 TDI engine. Maybe good for export, maybe not. But it's certainly it's certainly had a few quid spent on it one way or the other over the years. That's about it. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0118 907 1495, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info. We take part exchanges, we take Visa and MasterCard, credit cards and debit cards with a 2% surcharge for credit cards, and we can have it shipped anywhere you like in the world. Obviously the UK and Europe is no problem at a cost. Anywhere else has to go on a ship. That's about it. End.